I feel like we need to stick to the basics as to why Ethan Klein deserves to be criticized, and that is for being pro-Israel.
There's nothing wrong with believing Israel has the right to exist. There is a problem with supporting the Israeli government's genocide onto Palestinians. The fact that she's not differentiating this is her saying the quiet part out loud. Didn't this whole thing start because Ethan quietly unfollowed Frogan on social media because she was saying wild shit on October 7th?
He doesn't allow his staff that are part of the show to give him any critique or pushback whatsoever.
If you ever watch the show, a lot of it is Dan just constantly disagreeing with Ethan. She only messaged him in the first place to cause a problem so that she could talk about it on her content. Oh my god.
Maybe in the future,
I can feel the empathy
we
through the
can
screen.
be friends again.
And you're making this video as an attempt to push yourself out further, but you can't handle the hate. Give it a couple of days and she's going to be having a crybaby meltdown here. All right, guys, listen. This is exciting. I love the drama. There are very important things going on in this world. But there are also some very unimportant things going on in this world. And why stress yourself out always worrying about the important things? Sometimes we gotta goon to the drama. And that's what we got here. A little drama gooning from Frogan. I guess she has a YouTube channel. Great way to blast off her YouTube. You want to know what? Finally, all she does is sit on her terrible stream and watch reality TV shows. Get on that content grind, girl. Do something. Make some content. Put something out. Get a little YouTube rep going on there. Get your career. Get it moving. You know, come up with a content strategy. Do something. Add an editor. Have them cut down on what you're doing and watching on reality TV shows and whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't really care that much. But at least she's finally doing something. You gotta, hey, listen, from a creator perspective, good for you. But anyway, it's Frogan's response to Ethan Klein. Wow, incredible. I'm very excited. Let's get it going.
Hi, my name is Frogan, and this is the first time I'm ever making a solo YouTube video about everything that has happened the last year and a half.
Damn, your voice is terrible.
I address everything on my podcast, Arabs, which you can find the link below, but today,
no thanks.
It's just going to be you and I.
Damn.
I think the content
fantastic
was great. You know, I feel like Ian approached it in a way that nobody else does.
He actually, it was worse. The content of was worse. Other videos had more information in it. There was wrong information, but this one was even worse. Incredible.
He approached it with empathy, and you know, it was supposed to make people feel bad for Ethan.
Yeah.
One of the main things...
It was supposed to make people feel bad for Ethan? It made Ethan look like a deranged lunatic.
Especially as content creators, people tend to dehumanize us and forget that we're living normal people just like you.
Just to be clear, you're not a content creator. Okay, you're a Hasan mod. Okay, we need to be real here. Okay, you don't really create anything except for you know, pestilence. What do? Like, you don't make content. You sit and watch TV shows on your stream without giving any meaningful commentary. What do you mean, content creators? All right, you're not grouped in. Listen, this is the easiest job I've ever had, but it's been a pain in the ass trying to build my platform here. All you did is mod for Hasan and say ridiculous shit for attention on social media. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? The fuck out of here.
So obviously, with so much pressure on the internet, both on myself and
you're the one who said that you're happy that soldiers got PTSD. Stop sitting here talking about how people are going to dehumanize you. If you're going to sit here and dehumanize entire groups of people like veterans and Jews, people are going to dehumanize you. You're only as human as you act to other people. You guys can't get away with saying whatever you want, acting however you want, and then expect people to think that you're a good person or deserve empathy. What are you talking about?
I'm sure Ethan can relate to this too. It's fucking hell.
Guys, we're doing the reasonability troll right now. Ethan, you know, they're pretending to be empathetic.
It's hard to manage. It's hard to deal with. So I feel like Ian approached it in a way that was more so holding a friend accountable.
Not really.
And
for what? There was like no factual information.
A softer way, and wanted to generate empathy for Ethan. Other people don't do that.
Wow.
And I've even said this before.
What have you said before?
I feel like we need to stick to the basics as to why Ethan Klein deserves to be criticized, and that is for being pro-Israel and trying to deplatform pro-Palestinian content creators.
Just for being pro-Israel? She didn't even use the Zionist dog whistle here. Being pro-Israel, there's nothing wrong with being pro-Israel. There's nothing wrong with believing Israel has the right to exist. There is a problem with supporting the Israeli government's genocide onto Palestinians. The fact that she's not differentiating this is her saying the quiet part out loud. What are you doing? What an idiot. Holy fuck. What a moron.
I think it's insane to involve his children and
What?
anybody else that really doesn't deserve the criticism. I think Hila deserves the criticism as well, too, because she says some batshit crazy things on the podcast as well.
Like what? Give me an example.
And I've said this, and I'll say it again. If you're spewing pro-Israel propaganda...
Like what?
I'm going to call you out about it.
They're like what? Just give me like an example.
I received a text asking...
None. We're not getting it. This is going to be even worse than every single other Ethan Klein hippies. We're not going to get a single example because she knows if she gives examples... Because one of the examples she wants to give is that the narrative that there were Israelis raped on October 7th. There was. The UN report says so. But they know if they reference that report, then they're going to be open to people saying that's not what it says. And that's what's happening here.
Asking to say something nice about Ethan. And to be honest, I thought about it long and hard because I was like, this man does
No, you didn't. You did it because those are the marching orders for the video. You have no choice. You're not Hasan. You don't get to choose.
not deserve anything nice from me. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Wow.
Maybe
Didn't you just say
it'll
that
give me some closure.
Weren't you just going on about being empathetic and nice? What are you talking about? What?
So I wrote a letter to Ethan.
What the fuck? Wait, didn't this whole thing start because Ethan quietly unfollowed Frogan on social media because she was saying wild shit about October 7th? That's how like the whole thing started, no? What?
And I read it off, and iDubbbz put it in the video, and this was Ethan's reaction to the video.
I bet you would.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports figure that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I
Her makeup is terrible.
wish you the best.
I think
Listen,
Thank
Frogan, she's so dumb that you almost can't be even mad at her.
you. She did wish us the best in the end. It almost felt like the nicest one of them all.
I think she was the only one being genuine,
Yeah.
actually. So I don't want to, whatever, just Frogan, just chill, okay? Just stop being an idiot and I'll stop talking about you. It's really simple math.
she's also by far the smallest creator of the bunch.
Right. I mean, is it even like cool that he included her? Like she's just going to get more shit for being
it's
involved.
not. It's not cool.
And, like,
on his
it's not-
behalf.
it's
he
totally-
knows what like this entails.
This part made me laugh because
This part is 100% true, and you got so triggered you made a video where you said the quiet part out loud in it. You look like a fool. You aren't a content creator. You're a mod that got too much attention, and now you're sitting here and you're making this video as an attempt to push yourself out further, but you can't handle the hate. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to function. That's all that's going on right now. This is fucking funny, dude. This is actually amazing.
it was very tone deaf. And
was it?
he's acting
It was right.
like half of his content nuke wasn't about me. Half of
I don't think it was quite half, but there was parts of it that were about you for sure.
the content nuke, the entire ending half was about me.
The entire ending half was about you? The entire end half. About an hour was about you. Are you serious? Because I'm pretty sure
Some of you
that's not true. 50 minutes in, this is apparently about her. This whole half is about her. We're going to scroll through here and we're going to see where we could find her. So far, you guys see this on the screen, right? So far, nothing there. Oh, wait, we found her. We found her. No, that's somebody different. By the way, it's not because they're both, well, she's white. It's because they're both fat. That's the joke. Just shut up. Anyway, we're going through here. The second half is about Frogan. This was a girl. We saw a girl. It's not about her. Not about her. Still not in the video. Still not in the video. You see how it's not about her? We have, this is the, this is where the, we still got this. We got some people in some exercising. Not about her. Same, am I right, guys? So I'm not really, there we go. Here we is. She starts here. She starts right here. 118. She rolls on. 118, and then she rolls on, and now she's over at 128. She was about 10 minutes of the video. Incredible. So she's about 10 minutes of the video. That's apparently half of the video. Good stuff, guys. Second half of the video just cummed. Just cummed my pants.
So if I'm so irrelevant and so uncool to include, why the fuck was I in your goddamn video?
Oh,
Like
because
Hasan
you're
can
so
handle
cool.
it, but like Frogan's now just gonna get a pile of shit on top of her that I have no control over because people are watching. Millions of people are watching his video, by the way, and they're reacting to it, and they're not having good reactions.
Not
to it.
just our audience.
True.
Far from our own, bro. Yeah.
I think it's funny that you think me being in the iDubbbz video is what's going to cause this harassment, when in reality, it's you, Ethan. You're acting like you haven't spent the last year and a half doing everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL to get me banned off Twitch because I made a joke about you not being able to say Habibi.
Well, that's not what it was. You guys were dog whistling, but I don't really care.
But no,
Gotcha. You're
it's
right, Frogan.
iDubbbz, one of the only major creators besides Hasan who has actually defended me publicly in the last few months.
Oh, well, if they defend you, you must be correct. You got it, girl.
This next section is about the double standards of Ethan's thinking. Let's get started with this clip.
I'm excited.
Personally, though,
I'm honestly, I'm excited for this fucking war. Let me tell you something. I am 100% excited for this war. This Hasan versus Ethan Klein war. I am excited for it. I know I'm part of it. And I don't give a fuck, and it's exciting to me. I've been a content creator since 2020. Okay? I've been through the ringer, in many instances justifiably so, in many instances unjustifiably so, in my opinion. All right? I've had my deal with my ups and downs, the hate, the this, the that, and I'm finally ready, and I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay? I have finally learned, I think, to engage in productive feedback. And so I'm ready for the criticism. I'm ready for people to fucking cry and bitch and moan. I'm ready to lose some of my audience, especially on my social media platforms, and I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck, okay? I've never felt more confident on a topic in my life. So bring it the fuck on, dude. I am ready for it. All right? And I'm telling you, I can handle the hate better than 99% of fucking Hasan orbiters. I don't give a fuck. I do not care. I'm ready for it, dude. I'm ready for my 5th year in a row of being a rising star.
and I've seen Hasan do this before. Is he's accused me of it. He goes, "Oh, you just hate Muslims." It's like, bro, can you actually please just respond to a real argument? Like, please, bro. You know, he just like, you can't just sweep everything away by saying that. It's just not right.
Yeah, true. It's not right.
Are
dude.
people very cruel to her? Yeah,
True. Yeah, I wonder if this is really just meant to be a big creator clash plug for my dubs.
for sure. You know, it's just, I don't know, man.
I don't
I
either,
don't know
bro.
how to explain this to you, Ethan, because this is something you claim all the time.
What's
But
that?
some people are actually racist.
That's so true. I know that firsthand, dude. I know.
Ethan claims people are mean to him all the time because they're racist, using his religion as a shield to criticism, as he claims people are doing to me.
But he actually has reasons for it. You're a raging bitch. Ethan is petty, but you guys are going after him for being Jewish. So, like, yes, there is no other explanation for Twitch deciding that they're going to block Israeli people from making new accounts after October 7th, other than anti-Semitism. You know, even the swastika sword. I mean, like, yes, we understand that wasn't why the sword was created, but Hasan being like, "Oh, this is a swastika sword," over and over and over again as he buys it from something from an anime he doesn't even watch, and then puts it on the iDubbbz video. You know that what that was a dog whistle for. When Hasan's audience laughs at babies getting strangled by members of Hamas, that's the anti-Semitism. When Hasan sits here and makes a joke about Israeli captives being given a drug that makes them kiss Hamas and fall in love with them, downplaying the psychological horror and abuse that takes place when you are kidnapped. That is anti-Semitism. I mean, I don't know what else to say. These people are anti-Semitic. Like, they don't care about Jews. They just want to hate on a group that they feel comfortable with hating. That's all it is. That's just the reality of the world. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, yes, you're being anti-Semitic. Nobody's criticizing you for being Muslim, especially since you're not Middle Eastern. You're Middle Western. You're from Michigan.
A lot of the comments I get are about me being a hijabi and me being Muslim. So no, people are not more charitable to me because I wear the hijab, and I wish that was the case.
Who cares? Who gives a fuck? That has nothing to do with the audience saying anything right now. No, like, there's no active hate from you being Muslim at all. That's it. You're going on Twitter and seeing racism. Ethan gets the same racism on Twitter too. What are you talking about?
I have never. They accuse me of doing it. They go, "Oh, Ethan's just targeting Arab and Muslim creators." It's like I have never one time mentioned her hijabi or brought anyone's fucking identity into my criticism of them.
You haven't said anything about me being Muslim directly, but your ideas about Muslims are pretty obvious from what you say.
Oh, like what?
Here are a few of many examples.
There we
Why
go.
don't you just make it easier? Why don't you just fly to ISIS and do them a favor and just let them, just serve yourself on a platter for them.
I don't understand what's happening right now. What?
About Muslims are pretty obvious.
And why is the audio so bad?
From what you say. Here are a few of many examples.
Why don't you just make it easier? Why don't you just fly to ISIS and do them a favor and just let them, just serve yourself on a platter for them because you deserve it.
What does that mean?
Like
I don't know. I don't even know the context of this.
Platter for them because you deserve it.
Here's a picture. Enjoy your drugs and being a sex worker. Hamas would kill you on the spot. Well, that is true. A lot of Middle Eastern countries are not very accepting of Western values of freedom for gay and trans people and stuff. Ethan, I'm not a Zionist Klein playing fucking Twitch or terrorist live to thousands of people. Oh, I don't know how that's Islamophobic. This is things that Hasan has said. I don't know what this is.
Like, I think per capita, a lot of the weird fucking terrorism and crimes and shit, I mean, there's definitely some strong thread of violence through the Muslim community.
Yeah. Did you notice that there's no timestamp on this? Because this is probably like over like 5 or 6 years old.
Weird, strong.
This is also a true thing he's saying. You could have a whole conversation about like imperialism or whatever too, but this is also like fucking almost a decade ago, I would imagine at this point.
Thread of violence through the Muslim community.
Yeah.
Or Arab Muslims, to be more specific.
Or when
The next thing I want to bring
that was it? I don't understand. That's all you got? You're going back 8 years for this one, girl. What the fuck? That's like this. I'm pretty sure that's the same podcast where he talks about how like there's a lot of inbred like Jewish like people. I don't know if that's true, by the way, guys. I'm not saying that that's true, but I remember seeing a clip of him saying that. So I'm not understanding
up are the double standards both Ethan and Gila have for themselves. Let's get started with this clip.
Okay.
We misspoke. It didn't sound good. We
Oh my god, dude, the audio is horrible. Are we doing this fucking Gallant guy again?
immediately corrected ourselves. That's how mature people do. That's how you.
Yeah,
That's how you're supposed to handle yourself, isn't it? Like, what more do you want me to do?
Yeah, true.
I have no problem apologizing and admitting and whatever.
Yeah, this was when they were talking about Gallant being a good guy. They obviously misspoke, but the true intention of what they were saying was to say that Gallant was trying to end the war on Gaza, the assault on Gaza, and Netanyahu got rid of him for that. That's it.
Whatever is needed when things happen.
Okay.
This was in response to people bringing up how Gila said Yoav Gallant was a great guy, even though he's literally a war criminal and pro-genocide. I'm a live streamer as well.
Yeah, great. So I did a great job just contextualizing that for you. How does this make it hypocritical?
I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military. I said it in a way in which I didn't mean, and I also clarified it on Twitter by saying the U.S. military has conducted some of the most horrific crimes against humanity in the modern era. And
This is hypocritical. This is not even close to hypocritical. She doesn't even know what this word means. Holy fuck. And stop calling yourself a live streamer. You watch reality TV show on Twitch to like 50 viewers. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
countries such as Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. My anger is directed at individuals.
All Frogan was trying to do here, just to be clear, was she was trying to recreate the Hasan moment. The moment where Hasan said that we deserved 9/11. That's all she was trying to do in a different way. She was saying something outrageous and insensitive on purpose to pull people in, to get them riled up and upset. And then she's like, oh, actually, this is all I really meant, idiot. That's all it was. She's full of shit.
Who are currently championing these war crimes as if they liberated my people. It's horrific and disgusting.
Okay.
The beginning of the clip was worded poorly, and I do apologize for that. I go on to clarify in the clip that I do not mean all military, but specifically those with no remorse. What I said was out of frustration as they are currently bombing my family in the name of liberation. I realize that wishing people harm isn't the best way to talk about these
Your family lives in Michigan.
issues, and that I could have talked about these topics in a more sensitive way. And like I said initially, I'm not granted that charitability at all.
It's just I want
Because you were obviously rage baiting for attention. Whereas in his instance, they said something stupid and they collected it. or they apologized for it, but the general point that they were making was still right. These are two very different things.
I want to explain it because people bring it up nonstop. I apologize for it right away when Ethan made a video to address this on his Ethan Klein channel. I
Next day, I think
made
it
a
was.
quick appearance in that video just to say I'm sorry, I misspoke. I shouldn't have called him a really good guy. Like, I don't know why I said it like that.
What?
Oh, there we go. They're not even you find it's so funny that she refuses, even here, refuses to add the context. Dude, Frogan is so fucked. She's not going to be able to handle the backlash that she's about to receive from getting fucking dumpstered on this video. Give it a couple of days and she's going to be having a crybaby meltdown here. It's going to be insane. Oh my god.
What more do you want from me? I did the same exact thing.
No, you didn't. And if you think you did, that just proves how fucking stupid you are.
Now we're moving on to the infamous button. So during the react to the content cop, AB started talking and the button was pushed.
Oh my god. We're doing the same fucking 5 clips. Every single one of these H3 detractors, they go through the same 5 clips. It's the same 5 clips. It's the AB button. It's the Gallant story. It's the same. It's the fucking clip from 8 years ago. It's the same goddamn clips over and over and over again. Get some more stuff. You guys go through the same 5 clips that have been contextualized every single time you bring it up over and over and over again. These are like marching orders. This is insane. Whatever happened to based? Weren't you doubling down? What are you talking about?
Here's the clip.
Authorities block healthcare to Gaza. Again, I'm not. Do you think that I'm talking about walking around Gaza?
No, what are you talking about here?
When I say how great multicultural it is,
We
did you
never
think
defended
that?
They're talking about Israel proper.
How Israel attacked Gaza since October 7th, not even once. We never
I think that's
co-signed what they did.
Is that not the
Oh, is this a different button moment?
point he's making though?
What?
That you're talking about how nice Israel is, but
Israel proper is different
There
from
are-
Gaza.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
but
I
at a
understand.
time,
Millions
like right now, say
Muslims in
I guess
Israel.
that's
Well,
where
they're trying to IDubbbz is trying to reframe the narrative. They've obviously spoken out against the atrocities that the Israeli government has spoken upon or have happened upon or done. They speak out about that all the time. All they're saying is Israel isn't horribly bad. The problem is that the perspective from all like the people on the these people like the Frogans is that Israel shouldn't even exist. She said it in the beginning of the video. Effectively, they shouldn't even exist. And so they're like, hey, listen, Israel isn't all bad. The government, what they do is bad. But like the actual place, the people are good people and it deserves to exist. And so Ian is trying to attach all the atrocities that the Israeli government commits and trying to put that onto all the people to subtextually argue that Israel does not have the right to exist.
the
And that's the end of the clip because the button was pushed. Anytime any member of the crew gives Ethan any type of pushback, the button is pushed.
That's obviously, we know that's not true because we literally see them fighting all the time, especially with Dan.
And he wants to say that I'm surrounded by yes men and people can never criticize me when
Who says you're surrounded by yes men? Nobody even knows who you are. What are you talking about?
he doesn't allow his staff that are part of the show to give him any critique or pushback whatsoever.
I don't know who you're saying this to. If you ever watch the show, it's a lot of it is Dan just constantly disagreeing with Ethan. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Most of the time that they press a button now is because Ethan will say a bad word.
During the live show today, some of the crew defended me and I appreciate it so much.
Okay.
And during this episode, AB mentioned that the most recent time we talked, him and I had a disagreement.
People are saying stop being friends with her. You guys don't know fucking shit. I have not talked to her in forever, and the last time we did talk, we had a disagreement. Like where is this coming from? Like I don't understand. That is
I don't know, dude. I'm an Ethan loyalist. You shouldn't be friends with this fucking woman. I think she's a bad person.
This disagreement was a DM I sent him, which stated, "Hey AB, I wanted to reach out privately because responding publicly and adding to the dog pile doesn't feel right. I understand that people often overlook how tough the job market is, and I get that working for Ethan puts you in a complicated position."
The virtue bully. Frogan messaging AB about how he should quit his job. Oh my god. From the one who doesn't even do a job. She sits and begs for money while she watches shitty fucking TV.
That said, I think what pushed people over the edge was a clip of you baiting pro-Palestinian people and blocking them.
What?
The criticism you're receiving is largely because people believe you're better than that and don't subscribe to Ethan's views. I know you've been vocal about
Bro, this is so funny because if Frogan was an actual content creator, she would know that like leaking DMs is a big no-no. You just don't do this. It makes it seem like she only messaged him in the first place to cause a problem so that she could talk about it on her content. That's exactly what this looks like.
Palestine, but I think it's important to explicitly clarify that you don't share his beliefs and that you stand on your own. Ethan is
Well, why wouldn't he share Ethan's beliefs? Ethan's beliefs are just that Israel has a right to exist. What?
not worth the bullshit you have to deal with working for him. Honestly, there have been times where I felt anger towards you, but after some reflection, I wanted to approach you directly. I'm saying this as someone who was personally impacted by Ethan and as a cousin. I hope you understand.
As a cousin, dude, this woman is so insufferable. She feels so entitled. She's a fucking, dude, she's such a crybaby.
Where I'm coming from. AB didn't respond, and that's perfectly fine. I didn't expect him to. You know, I just wanted to get my feelings out. Although
Yeah, she just wanted to make a performative video about it. She wanted to bait him into like a conversation to make a video about it.
AB and I haven't talked in a long time, he's still somebody I care about.
We're cousins. We're cousins, guys.
You know what I mean? He's like a cousin. You know, we have that bond. We're both from Dearborn. So it's like we're literally cousins.
They're not literally cousins at all. Okay, this would be like if two white people were like, "Oh, we're brothers." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm just being silly.
Not literally, but
Yeah,
I don't
understand
know
what you're
AB's
saying.
motivations or what he feels because I'm on the outside at this point. So I am just giving my perspective from somebody on the outside. I will say the invalid points of criticism towards AB is trying to question him as an Arab, which is completely fucked up and wrong.
Who's doing
Nobody
that?
should do that. You know, it is valid to criticize him for still working for Ethan and
Why?
being silent for as long as he was. Those are valid points of criticism. But don't try to take away his Arabness because you don't agree with him.
Nobody was doing that. She made up a problem so that she could virtue signal about how much of a good person she is.
Whenever AB started streaming on Twitch, I was the first person to rate him, and I even helped him whenever
Wow.
he asked me for advice on what to stream. AB has also helped me in many ways as well.
That's weird because when I check out AB's stream every once in a while, he's never just watching TV shows. That's so fucking weird.
Even a long time ago, AB included me in an H3 episode talking about why people should visit Dearborn. Here's a screenshot. It's from like 2023,
Wow,
I
that's
believe.
crazy.
He was also
Yeah, because you liked Ethan at that point too. What are you talking about? What?
super, super supportive whenever I was nominated and won the Streamer Award.
And the award goes
How many times did you win that, by the way? How many times did you get nominated for this? What the fuck?
to
Chala.
Frogan.
You did it, sister.
And to be quite honest, like watching this clip back made me really, really sad because of basically the outcome of what this has become. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I have nothing but love for AB and Lena, and I wish them the best.
She's gonna pretend to cry now.
And
Here we go.
maybe in the future we can.
She's pretending to cry. She's doing it.
Basically, the outcome of what this has become. You know what I mean?
She's pretending to cry.
And I have nothing
Here it
but
goes.
love for AB and Lena, and I wish them the best. And
Oh my god.
maybe in the future
I can feel the empathy
we
through the
can
screen.
be friends again. To be honest,
My empathy is
Before she
literally
moved out-
rising. It's literally rising for the ashes. I'm empathizing so hard right now.
Here, I remember us talking, and she was nervous about it. And I said, at the end of the day, you'll have me and Lena, like worst comes to worst. And then shit just hit the fucking fan.
Yeah.
Before
and to those who are constantly defending me and having my back, I
Oh, the crying went away real quick.
appreciate you and thank you so much.
So much.
You know,
guys.
during a
Yeah,
time
I
like
know.
this,
It's crazy.
it
times.
feels like the damage has been done physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. But, you know,
Financially, what are you talking about? What money have you ever gotten? What the hell is she talking about?
after a year and a half of harassment, it feels very calming that people are actually finally on my side.
I feel like this is like the most, this is like the worst time for their fucking narrative ever. What is he talking about? I feel like this is, you guys are at the worst moment that you've been at. Fuck.
It's been a nightmare for me. On a more positive note, here are some of my favorite pictures taken at the shoot of the content cop bit.
Wow.
Of course, I got to see Kaya. I love her to death. And here are a couple pictures. To Ethan, if you're watching this for some reason,
For some reason, you know he's going to watch it on his fucking podcast. I don't know what you're talking about. Fuck. Oh, I'm fucking legendary.
my message to you is that, you know, you and I have different worldviews and you and I have different ideas for what is the best way to help people. And
Well, you're not trying to help anybody, so I don't know what you're talking about.
while
This is fucking crazy. What is she talking about? This is actually so funny. Wait, Frogan's actually hilarious.
here are some of my favorite
This
pictures
is so
taken
funny.
at the shoot of the content cop bit. Of course, I got to see Kaya. I love her to death. And here are a couple pictures.
This is actually so funny because dude, I'm not even kidding. This is the funniest thing Frogan ever has done in her life. So we already know about the swastika sword. Hasan bought that because he kept memeing that it was a swastika, LOL, over and over again, and then he bought it. He doesn't watch Bleach. We know that. He was doing that, and then they put it in the content cop video on purpose. It was like a dog whistle, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna show you some of the pictures from the shoot," and then she shows a dog. Right? So it's it's like dog whistling. This is actually so funny. This is funny. This is actually a funny moment from Frogan. You got to give her a little credit on this one.
To Ethan, if you're watching this for some reason,
Yeah.
my message to you is that,
For some reason.
you and I have different worldviews.
Yeah.
And you and I have different ideas for what is the best way to help people. And, while I appreciate the spirit of your advocacy, I think it's misguided.
Okay.
After all of this, you've made my life hell.
Good.
I will say that.
He's talked about you. He talked about you. This whole video is full of her talking about how we're both creators and I understand this and I understand that, but you made my life hell. He talked about you. Welcome to the drama sphere. It's catty, and you're not going to be able to last. Let's be fucking real here.
You've made my life fucking hell. But at the end of the day, what I said at the end of the content cop still stands. I wish you the best.
Yeah, some virtue trolling here. Incredible. Great.